where life ends, the spirit begins. Watching, waiting, speaking, haunting. We are a team of investigators, wrestling to discover what was and what's left behind, trying to contact the living from beyond. This is Wrestling Paranormal.
Hey everybody, this is Alan Fenstermaker here with Wrestling Paranormal. I know we haven't done an investigation in quite some time, but tonight we're here at the May Stringer House here in Brooksville, Florida, and let's go inside and check it out. We're going to hear some background about the house and some of the areas in the house that are active and haunted.
Outside on the
Looks
floor.
like something.
What was that?
Yep, they say he walks around up there.
Seen something look like a tail.
The bottom one is the doctor's office here. That's where I have stuff from my kid there. The cat ball's going off again.
I tell you,
Yeah.
I seen something go down.
It's going to be very active tonight, I could tell.
Like, why do you think it'll be active tonight?
So, I want to show you a picture that was taken in that room.
Yeah, I seen it when it crossed it back the other way.
you're seeing opposite route.
And that's exactly where the ball is. So, you can see this picture here.
Okay.
This was the last time we were here. Right here, you see that anomaly right here?
Yeah, I
Right on
see
the
that.
phone. All right, I've got that in several different places I've been.
Wow.
So that's where I have the camera focused, and the cat ball keeps going off on it, right in front of that little white stool in the lower right-hand camera. And the other one is the attic, the most active spot in the place.
Okay. Which one in there is the attic? The one on the
The
bottom?
bottom left is the attic, that's the trunk, Gary's trunk. We're gonna go up there. That's the place that's got the most activity in the
Picture of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got all this stuff. Ralph, I want you to hang on to this one. You remember what to do with that?
Nice.
And I have another one here too. Ball's on the trunk, and I have the REM pod next to it. I'm going to put another REM pod, probably up in this room, one of these rooms here. And I got an EVP recorder, and I got a handheld, so I think we're good to go. And she can play with her sticks here. All right, should we go? All right, let's
So welcome to the May Stringer House. It's got two names because it was built by two different people. The first four rooms were built in 1856 by John May. In the late 1800s, after 1880, the Stringer family bought the house and added to it. It's now a 14-room house. You're allowed in 12 of the 14 rooms this evening. The other two are an office and a supply closet. So you get pretty much the run of the house, all three floors. Okay. So the first four rooms were the parlor here, the dining room, and two bedrooms above it. Everything else didn't exist prior to 1880, and it was added on after the fact. And this used to be the front door of the original four-room house. And right where Jen's standing was the scene of a ride-by shooting. This took place right after the Civil War was over. A man was on his way to visit the current occupant of the house. As he climbed the front steps, someone rode by on horseback and shot him dead right here.
Wow.
So the house has been playing with some bad juju going all the way back to the Civil War. Okay. All right, so we're going to move on into the dining room. And come on down, and I mean come on down. As you can feel, the floor is sinking, and this is as good as it's ever going to be. We just spent $100,000 reshoring the foundation of the house. In those days, they had piers of bricks,
Right.
and unfortunately, the soil in Florida is sand, so eventually things sink. Well, it got to the point where the house was going to fall in on itself. And so we had to get an expert in here, and he looked underneath, and there were places where the piers only came to here, and this was the foundation of the house, so there was nothing literally holding up this section. So we took out a mortgage and got the house shored up, because without it, it was going to be gone forever.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay, so this was the back door of the original 4-room house.
Okay.
Come along this way. And I just want to show you, this is the original staircase for the 4-room house, which, as you know, is on the outside of the building. John May did this on purpose. In those days, your property taxes were based on closets and staircases.
Oh.
So there were no closets in the first 4 rooms. And because he put the staircase on the outside of the house and had a catwalk going to the upstairs bedrooms, he saved $2 to $4 in property taxes, which doesn't sound like
No,
much,
but back then, yeah.
in 1856, you might have earned maybe $4 a week. So we're talking some serious money here.
So that just goes up to that balcony up there?
No, this goes to the upstairs hallway, where the baby's room is and the communications room. Okay, this is the other end of that hall.
Oh, okay.
Now, when Dr. Stringer's family began to add on to the house, they left the staircase in place, and the servants would use this staircase to go up and down, and the family used the front stairs. Okay. All right, this room, come on right around here, sir, is set up and decorated as a kitchen, and that's because of all these wonderful artifacts that were donated that belong in a kitchen. But there never was a kitchen in this house in either John May's time, 1850s, or Dr. Stringer's time, the 1880s. In those days, in the South, if you were moneyed, you had a cookhouse 20 feet from the main house. Fire was the biggest danger. Also, heat in the summertime from the cooking wouldn't heat up the whole house. So that doorway is the back door of the original Stringer house. The room you see beyond it, which is now the gift shop, was added on in the 1930s. We were not aware that it was that new until we were shoring up the foundation, and they found nails and so forth that were dated to the 1930s. So that was added on by future generations of Stringers as a summer kitchen and mudroom.
Where was the original kitchen? It was
20 feet away from the main house.
So it would have been where that was standing now, basically.
No, it would have been out where the shed is, that area there.
Okay.
There was originally there was a carriage house that by the time we purchased the property was so far gone we couldn't save it.
Right.
And of course there were servants' quarters and so forth. So this room was used by the Stringer family as like a privacy room. Because they practiced medicine in the house, the public was coming and going through the front door all the time. This room was for just the family's use. It was kind of like a family room privacy den sort of thing. They did not add a kitchen until 1949 when they sold the house. It became a rental house, and that was when it was actually used as a kitchen.
Got it.
Okay. All right. This way, please.
Do you know of any thing going on in the kitchen here, or?
Oh yeah, there's a lady in the kitchen. I'll show you her picture in a little
really?
bit.
Leave
You want
this
it
and
down
do
here,
that for
sir?
now.
And if you look at the wall in here, you'll notice that this is actually the outside of the original building. You can tell by the clapboards and the lintels. Point it towards the pantry. That's where she always films.
I'll put it over by the pantry. She's over this way. If you touch that, we'll know that you're here. Have the other one up in the attic.
What was that bang?
That was my foot.
so long, and it's.
Oh, okay. That's
All
fine.
right.
Yep.
Well, okay. Anyway, this was originally, outside of the building, and it was called the privacy porch. The big fancy porches on the front of these, Victorian houses were for show. But the family used the back porches for privacy. They could come out here and relax without the general public seating them. Now, this had rotted right off the building when we restored it. We rescued it, by the way, from demolition in 1979. It had been condemned. And when we began to rebuild, we needed a gift shop and we needed working bathroom. So we rebuilt the porch, but we filled it in and turned it into those two rooms. It was a gift shop for the first 30 years. And the military room, which is this exhibit, was in the back.
Okay.
Now, there were so many windows out there that a fabric expert came in and said, you're destroying these uniforms, there's too much light. You need to move them to a darker area. And believe me, this is the darkest area in the house. Without the light on during the day, it's difficult to see. Now, we have 3 hot spots in this house. This is one of them.
Yep, I'm aware of that.
Very much activity. When I have a group come in that are military in any way, shape, or manner, I always encourage them to spend a little time in here. And they usually get at least EVPs.
Well, that's why I said, I had a cat ball on the floor. And one of our guys that was with me, his name's Kyle. I was setting up my EVP, my recorder, and the ball started lighting up. But Kyle was like standing over there. And so I started an EVP session. I says, was that you? Did you make the ball glow? And all of a sudden I heard on the EVP, and I have it on my phone. I said, Kyle did it.
Whoa.
Ratted him out.
They know
right there.
you're here before you ever
Yeah.
even get here. It's,
That's why I came in here when I set that. I introduced myself. I was in the Navy.
Right.
So I am military, so if you want to speak with me, I'll be down here to talk to you in a little while. So.
So this is one of the 3 hot spots.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, if you're military, spend some time here
You
for
got it.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we're gonna go take a look at the doctor's office.
Okay.
The only thing I will tell you is don't put anything near this wire, cause it'll give you all false readings.
Right.
This will definitely give you.
Yeah, I only have the cat ball up on by the Navy uniform.
Why do we have a uniform on now?
Because they're still in the process of cleaning them and putting them back up since the haunted house. Right in there, sir. Welcome to the doctor's office.
Why don't you see your set there?
It was a very common thing in the late 1800s that doctors practiced medicine in the same house they lived in. All artifacts medical that have been donated to the museum are housed in this room. So Dr. Stringer was not a dentist, he was not a barber, but anything medical is housed here. This equipment came out of the first hospital in Brooksville. And they only had this one table. It was a delivery table, an x-ray table, and the only operating table they had. So if you checked into the hospital for any of those 3 reasons, you got in line with everybody else. We have a lot of artifacts here from veterinarians and quack medicine, all kinds of things. It's okay, paranormal wise. I've seen some violent reactions in here to certain groups, but I felt that they were not respectful enough,
Right.
and they got told off.
Oh.
My biggest experience was, in addition to the other things I do, I'm the cleaning lady.
Okay.
And I was in here with a vacuum cleaner one Sunday morning, and standing right there, and I started up the vacuum cleaner, and someone yelled in my right ear, a man, and he went, "Hey!" And then, infernal contraption.
Really?
And I shut it off and I put it away, and I said, "I'm so sorry, that one pissed you off, and I'm not gonna do that to you." So, anyway, about the most haunted object is right behind you, sir. That's
The wheelchair?
a wheelchair from World War I.
Oh.
And we don't know its origins. It was dropped off here on our porch one day with a note attached.
Does it
Saying-
move at all, or
I'm sorry?
have you ever noticed it moving at all?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
It, The note said it was from World War I. It was at a nursing home that was being torn down, and a concerned citizen decided it needed to be saved. So they just dropped it off here. I have, one of my children is very sensitive, and she started coming here with me back in 2002. She was about 9 years old, and she would get bombarded when she walked in, so she had a hard time dealing with it.
I feel
But
a
that
little,
chair was one of her favorites. We'd go to the bathroom together, and she looked at that chair the first time, and she said, "There's a half a soldier in that chair, Mom." I said, "A half?" And she goes, "Just the bottom half, and his right leg's all ripped open." And told me to tell you that he wouldn't let him take his leg off, and that's why he's dead now. This is my 9-year-old
oh
telling me.
wow.
So I said, "Okay, you don't have to go anywhere in this house by yourself, ever, ever, ever." Anyway, all right, so now you're gonna go upstairs, and Jen will take you up.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank
Oh,
you.
no problem. I'm available for questions and pictures later.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
we just gotta pay for the autograph though, right?
Yeah. It'll cost you $3,000, okay?
There we go.
No, I do have some pictures over there I think you'd like to see. Not of me.
If you guys wanna follow me into
Sure.
the first room over on this side
Okay.
over here.
Well, that's the stairs over there, right?
Yeah, the stairs is down the hallway, and that's where the other 2 bedrooms are. This closet leads to the other bathing room, but we cannot go in there.
Okay.
And in the curator's office. Well, welcome to James's room. We call it James's room because James was a war soldier that came here and stayed with the Stringers after he came back from the war. He was meant to be married to a woman, and back in those days, as you know, I guess it was hard to communicate with each other and let you know their person was okay. So when he came back, he found out that this woman that he was meant to be married to actually married somebody else.
Ooh,
And it broke his heart. So he went upstairs, and where the cupola is, where we were talking about,
mm-hmm,
and that is the most logical place where he actually took his life in the house. So James is still here, and he is our protector. Every time that we feel scared, we call upon him. He comes, he's very protective. He will stroke hair, he will talk to you. The police has actually seen him one night. Bonnie got a phone call from that window right there. A man was seen in full uniform looking out that window, and Bonnie got called and nothing had been triggered in the house, so she was like, okay, and she came up here, and one of the police officers wouldn't even enter the house. They were so afraid.
I heard that story, Jesse was telling me that story. Tell us that
Yes.
story about that, yeah.
And this was also where Margaret Stringer at the time, this was like her haven. This is where she would spend her time sewing and doing other things. So this is where I get the smell of the rose oil we were talking
Got it.
about. So that is basically what goes on in here, and we can move on
Okay.
into the next room, communications room.
Yeah, we didn't get anything, I don't think I got anything from this room when we were here last time, but
I mean, it's, you know,
it's hit or miss.
It is,
Yeah.
it's a hit or miss. So this is our communications room. If you feel like you're going downhill, you are, because of course, you know, this was original. This was the original master bedroom where Frank and Morena and, well, John and Morena, and then Frank and Morena stayed. When John died 3 years after he built this house of consumption, Morena became a rich widow. And Frank Saxon came back from the war and walked. He was released, and he was carrying the Wildcat County Confederate flag. And he came back and carried it from all the way from Georgia, walked all the way to Brooksville. I don't know how many of you think you could do that.
What's your shirt say?
That's good.
So
Well,
maybe you can relate to that.
yeah,
Maybe somebody
definitely.
can relate to.
So he then married Tallulah, and this house, he had a little child named Jessie May, and Jessie May died in this house at the age of 3. And Morena then died of consumption, or childbed fever. And she actually had the child, and Jessie made a lot of people believe that maybe she had fallen off the front porch, because at one point Frank said to Lula, well, how many children you give me, I will give you that much of a house. So that's where Frank Saxon's, or the Saxon Manor is down the road, where they hold weddings at now, and that's where he then moved. So then the Stringers came in, and then it was Mr. Stringer and Margaret, who's, you know, lived here then. So pretty much in this room, like we have talked about, where they had gotten a shot of Frank standing on the front porch. We believe it's him, and it could be because, why would he be here? Maybe because he is looking for his first daughter, you know, or whatever it could be, or Morena, or
Well,
they
it's
had
his
that
house too.
connection.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
and
know, sometimes you just don't want to leave it.
exactly. Well, yeah, and you're right. So this room is definitely can be active. Someone has actually caught these split by themselves. This was that came out of the Brooksville telephone company, and they donated them to us, and we preserve them in here now. But these have been caught flipping by themselves. I've seen REM pods go off in here. John May was a very smart man. You were also taxed on chimneys, and he actually made one conjoining chimney for the whole entire house. So if you notice, Boyd, so you're standing right underneath the chimney that's downstairs right now. Yeah.
So you put two of them together.
Yep, he did. So that's about it for this room. Let's head into the children's room.
You can shut that light off.
Yes, we can start
as we
shutting the
go-
lights
yeah,
off
as
as we
through.
go.
Alrighty.
Alright.
This room here is-
We just gotta keep the curio cabinet on just for safety and stair lights and
Yep,
things like
that's
that.
fine.
Alright, so this is hotspot number 2. This is the children's room. So this is where Morena would have stayed when she was having the children, because usually when you were right about getting pregnant or about to have the child, this is where the baby would have been born. So we have this cradle here. It was donated to us. It's an 1860s cradle. And the reason why I'm talking about it is because this cradle has a little girl that's attached to one of the dolls that is in the cradle. This doll right here on the end, she's made pre-Civil War. Her eyes are made of glass, her face is made of paper mache, and her body's filled with sawdust. If you were to pick her up or touch her, she would literally fall and crumble to pieces. The middle doll I don't know much about, but the other one is from 1920. Now there is a little girl we don't know her name, but she is attached to this little doll right here. And we have gotten a lot of activity with the cat balls. I have a fox that goes off that's like a REM pod that goes off a lot in here. And they honestly, they love to play. So if you come in here and ask Morena first for permission and say, can I play with the kids? And I would visit this room early because sometimes it does shut down like around bedtime. You come in here and you just ask her if they can come out and play, and she will let them come out and play.
Oh, cool.
And you know, you'll get giggles and all sorts of stuff, and it's really, really cool. So I'll tell you one little story about this. So this doll right here, when this crib broke in 2009, the curator decided, you know what, I don't want to get it fixed, and threw this little doll in that trunk over in the room over there. And so they would take pictures, and something was mad, because in every single picture they took, there was a black mist. They called it the Black Mist of 2009. And literally, it wouldn't stop, so they decided, okay, we're gonna fix this crib and get the little girl back in it. And since then, the mist has never showed up again. So we had to put this plexiglass board over it because there had been people touching it. And we just asked that you please do not touch her, because this is her baby, and she likes to be called baby. They're not dolls, so they're her babies, and you know, they respond really good to that. So definitely check that out. But that's about it for this room. We could go to the upstairs now, and we'll do that.
That is, you picking something up right there? You hold it up towards the cupola there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then plexiglass.
You hit it
work
again,
right
it'll
there.
take the strobe off.
Oh. Oh, it's really going there.
Cool. And there's nothing
Awesome,
electric on
James.
up there,
Is that
right?
you? Nope, nothing electric's up there.
Is it okay if we hang out and talk to you guys for a little while tonight? I see you getting the lights going here. We have other devices that we're going to have out here. You're more than welcome to interact with us at any point tonight. That's interesting. That's going like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really going there.
I'm gonna turn the, sorry about
Red.
that.
Oh, that go red?
Yeah. You want red? Yeah.
Something in this cabinet, I think. Right here.
Oh, it's really going.
It's all right here. It's just this area here. How about the other one?
And the one I got right here in my hand.
This one's not going off though.
Really went off. It went all the way up to red.
It didn't really go all the way up to red, wow.
Where next to where that cameras and stuff was in that cabinet. That little corner.
Oh,
It's going on one and on the other. This is for more for like radiation kind of.
The top of that attic area right there.
That's interesting. This is the one here that this is where we're going to be spending a lot of time tonight.
In the attic, we'll be spending most time in here.
This is the wonderful attic, and where just there is some spots in here to be careful of, like this board right underneath your foot. Just be careful of that, because I know there's just a few spots. But first, we'll get on with it. So,
I'm going to set this up here.
this is our trunk. This was dropped off to us. It literally is our 1890s trunk. We had to do some background check on it. They wouldn't call us back. So after a while of investigating, we finally got the name Gary come through. And Gary, we believe, is attached to this trunk. Now, we don't know what Gary did in his life from noticing just the trunk. I mean, this is an ornate trunk. This is something that you would see like what the rich people had on the Titanic. There's a lot of compartments. Someone could have lived out of this trunk, literally. We think he could have been like a showman or some sort of actor. We're not really sure. But he's definitely attached to his trunk, and he loves his trunk. People leave him gifts all the time, like cigarettes, because he talks about cigarettes. He talks about smoking cigars. He talks about booze. People bring him booze. He loves whiskey. He likes talking about cards, things like that.
It's like someone you hang out with.
So I picture Gary just being that guy, throwing him back in the brothel and pulling the woman on, because he does have a mouth on him. He will tell you exactly how he feels about you. Even if, I mean, he has a mouth on him, so I do apologize in advance if you get cursed at tonight. Also, over here we have our area where there is a little writing desk where if someone would have stayed up here, either a servant or one of the daughters, they'd have a little space, and then this window would actually open up, and it was a little porch that they could go out on.
Wow.
So it was it's very nice that they had it up here. And there are three other spirits I'd like to talk about up here. One is named Molly. Molly, we believe, is maybe around 19 years old. We believe she was maybe a servant here. She's a wonderful, beautiful spirit. She has a gorgeous voice. If you let her, definitely telling her to come out to, because sometimes, with Gary, like back then, women were spoken to, like, if they were asked, that sort of thing. So you ask Molly to come out, and you ask her to come out and play, she will. We have another little boy, Mason, that's up here. Mason calls out for his mommy a lot. I believe that he is a little bit younger, was a child, probably, when he passed away. He is a really loving spirit. He is just lost, and he is just looking for, you know, somebody. Also, there is a cat. We have a cat.
You have a cat?
And we have a cat, and we call him Spooky. Sometimes you will feel like a rubbing in between your legs, or like other people will say, oh my god, I have allergies, do you have an animal here? Or they'll actually have seen it with their own eyes, like, oh, I didn't know they had a cat here. And we're like, we don't, you know. So Spooky, we have nicknamed it, and it likes to hang out up here and chase mice or whatever it likes to do. And the cats do, and yeah, so I mean, there are a lot of interesting spirits throughout the house, and they're all happy to be here, I believe, and hopefully you guys get some good stuff tonight. So that pretty much concludes it. The only thing that I just want to add is throughout the house, you just, up here you can sit on things. Throughout the house you gotta sit on the floor. If it says, you know, or if it looks a little shady, try not to sit on it, please. There is an area back here where I believe that the girls like to hang out, and it's down this hallway, which if you guys do come down it, please stay on the carpet. Do not go off the carpet. We would hate for you to land on the second floor.
You have an air conditioning vent in there?
Yes, we do here, and then we do
Oh, okay,
back
so
over
look,
here,
if you
that
look
is-
up, I saw the string moving.
Yes, this string does move.
Okay.
So yes, we do have an air bank unit right here, but, so this is like where they like to hide and they like to sit, and so if you come back here and try to talk to them, they are very much receptive to it.
Cool.
Something just touching my head? No, okay, that's nice. Okay, the only area that I asked you guys to please do not go in,
Down there, I was just looking in there.
right down here, you guys can look in, but please do not pass that threshold, because, like I said, we do not want you to end up on the second floor faster than
Right.
lightning. So, just, yeah, because that's literally all that there is that board. So, but we have heard little things back there, creakings, talkings, things like
Your
that.
Halloween stuff in there?
And yeah, we store the Halloween stuff back there from Ghost Fest, and the different mannequins
What
and
did you
Christmas
do here for
stuff.
What did you have going on?
We did a whole haunted house. It just wasn't included the attic, but the downstairs, literally, we take all of the, you know, expensive antiques, we put them away, and we set up the whole house into a spook house where people can come through at $10 a piece, and they can get scared. And a lot of our actors are very creative, and we had a great time this year. It was really fun, and I was a part of it myself. I was in the little girls' room. I actually had a robe on me, and I actually got tugged on my robe.
I was going to say, with all that going on, you would think that would increase the activity.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, I don't know if they like it so much, but we try to explain to them that it's our biggest biggest thing of money that we make throughout the year, and it's our biggest event. So, you know, to keep this house up, guys, we have to do it, and we do it out of love and respect for everyone that lives here still.
So are we the first team in here since you had
Since
so
we
that
had
should be
Ghost
interesting.
Fest, so yes, you are. So that will be very interesting, and
See
I
what we
hope
can
that you
catch.
guys do catch a lot tonight. But yeah, I mean, like, I've had my flashlight thrown off at me on that trunk. I've had cat balls fly off at me. I've seen the door shut by itself. That candle has flown off the trunk. Heard noises. Caught some great EVPs.
Yep, that's
I
what
mean,
we're gonna.
this is a definitely hotspot number 3. So I really hope you guys get some good stuff
I think
tonight.
we'll probably start here, right up here. We'll go lights out and see what we can find.
All
Awesome.
right, cool.
And then whatever we do find, we'll share it with you guys too.
We would love to hear about it.
Awesome.
Yes. And just thank you again, because everything, all the proceeds and stuff,
Mhm.
go right back into the house. We are just
Absolutely.
volunteers here, so
Well, I'm
we
gonna-
just do it out of the love.
As soon as I can get onto the credit card thing, we'll take care of it.
I really
So,
appreciate
no
it.
problem.
That
Can you tell me your name?
Hear music.
You hear music?
Yeah.
Where do you hear it coming from?
Oh, sound electrical.
Loud bass?
Yeah,
It's outside here.
I'll hear it.
How many people are here with us right now? Can you tell us that? I'd sure like to talk to you. Can you tell me how old you are? Is Molly here?
Here, where's Mom?
Molly, we'd like to talk to you. If you want to come play with us, let us know. We'll play whatever you want to play. If you want to bring us a toy.
Hey Ralph, bring me one of those cat balls off the trunk. If we bring a ball out here, can you play with it and make it move for us? Then set it over here on the floor. Right where he's standing, or behind.
I'm standing.
You got to stop moving because is it still going? Might have to return it on. There's a button. There it goes. Okay. Just set it there for now. So you see how that ball lights up? Can you move that? If you touch it, it'll go off again. The colors will light up. Do you want to light the ball up for us? We brought that up here for you to play with. I hear you have a cat. Does the cat like to play with that?
She's like cat and then
What's that now? Can somebody please touch the ball over there? As soon as you touch that ball, it'll light up. We're just here to talk with you. We're not going to hurt you or anything. We don't mean to scare you if you're scared of us.
We're just here to help you and to play with you. If you want to go over and touch the ball, we'll play with you.
What did you like to drink, Jerry? Tell me.
See if you can get some pictures in that back area there.
In the back room right here.
Anything back. Maybe they're all hiding back there.
Back in this room.
Yeah. Storage. This is from the entrance though.
Yeah, I know. Are you guys hiding back here? You want to show yourself on my camera? I'm gonna take a few pictures. If you wanna show up in the picture, just feel free to materialize. I have a full battery here on my camera, so feel free to use my battery to materialize.
EVP session, room right in front of you. Listen. It's like a female voice. Come here and listen. Something that after release. You like stories, I think I said.
It's a female voice.
Mm.
There's a woman in the picture right there in the other.
Listen to this up close.
My name is Mark. I'm here to see if I can't talk to you tonight.
Hear that?
I like stories.
Yeah, I hear
Do you
that.
like stories? I'm gonna sit here and talk to you if you don't mind. My name is Mark. I'm here to see if I can't talk to you tonight.
I heard that.
Stories. Do you like stories? Do you like games?
I don't know why I said that. I heard the stories, something told me stories, and I asked, do you like stories? And somebody was asking for stories.
If you'd like to.
If you speak, we'll hear you. Can your kids play with us? Is that you speaking? Can you tell me your name?
Marcia?
No, you'll hear it clearly. That's just it's trying to come up with something. How many children do you have? That wasn't. How many kids do you have here? Now you have to be a little more clear than that. Are they sleeping or can they play for a little while? Do you want us to leave? I heard no. Is that right? You don't want us to leave? Let's sit here?
What app is that?
It sounds German.
Yeah.
Can you speak to us? Can your children speak to us?
What app is that you're using?
It's a ghost tube. Working on it.
And that's the second time this happened, that someone pulled the plug on that camera or caused the camera to black out. Is someone in here doing something to the camera? Do you want us to be taking pictures of you? Do you keep turning it off for that reason? Because nobody was back behind the camera when it cut off. And we were told by the person downstairs that the camera cut out. This is the other camera right here that's in the other room that has the lights that are still on.
The what?
I said it's on now.
Alright, this one should be on. What was the other one that went out?
This one is the one you're looking at, the network unavailable. The baby's room, and then the one that lies in, the telegraph ring, is out.
The other two are still on?
Yep.
Went out again.
It went out again?
Yep, see? Well, it's hitting.
Alright, the one in here should be on.
This one's out.
Yeah, no, that one's out.
So there was still two out?
No, the telegraph room is okay.
Okay. So it's just the one in the baby's room. That's where we're investigating right now. That just lit up too.
It lit up?
Yeah, there's something going on in here. Alright, that should be on now.
It's on.
Alright, baby room should be up.
It's going off and on.
Maybe whoever's up here doesn't want video or doesn't want the camera going.
Is that what it is? messing with it. How's that, good?
Yeah.
Asked her if she still see that picture of that baby in the window.
Picture of the baby in what window?
Down there you can see like it's on the thing. I don't know if it's that or what it was, but you can see it on the
I
window.
wanted, let me fit this one out too. Let's see if there's something going on here with this. Isn't that pretty? Would you like to walk through that? It'll just show your shadow, it'll just show up as a shadow, that's all. It won't hurt you. Kids want to play?
Found in the telegraph ring.
What's in the telegraph room?
The camera went off in the telegraph room? Ralph, is that one off in there?
No, it's on.
Yeah, there's something in these right here messing with these cameras. This one's got the red lights on still?
Yeah, the one that you put in there has the red light on still, but this one... No, that one doesn't look like it has red lights on.
Yeah. Is the baby room off again? Judy?
Yeah.
Is the baby room on or off?
Camera looks like it's off, but it's green.
That's because I have the laser light on.
Okay.
Alright, Mom, if you don't want us to play, we can go somewhere else then. Sorry, we really like to play with the kids though. I'll leave the ball on the floor. If they want to play with it, they can. We'll be in the next room there. Is there anyone here that would like to speak with us? You're welcome to speak. We're here to hear it. We're here to listen to you. Are you here? Can you say that? Can you tell me your name? You have to speak clear. We're in this room. I don't think that's anything. It's not it. They're not speaking.
Sound like it said yes.
Was that you speaking? Was that you speaking to us? Can you just say yes, please? Can you just say yes?
Going off here.
That's going off there. There's no electric anywhere near that, right?
Yeah, well, the camera and everything is
So
there.
there's a switch there, but
Just put it by the switch. Is it picking that up?
nope. But a little, but
No. How about the camera?
yeah, the camera there.
Picking up on the camera. Huh? Can you make a noise for us? Ralph, move over to the other side of the room. I'm trying to get the...
Oh,
Hang on. Let's try the female. Younger female. Are there any females in here that would like to speak with us? Can you give me can you say yes or no? Not what I asked you. Can you say yes or no? Do you want to communicate with us? Yes or no? Would you like to communicate with us? No, that's not what they're not doing. Not this one. Sure would like to get to know you. How many of you are here?
Who's going?
Who's coming?
Can you tell us who's coming?
I Hello, are you still in here? I think they left. One? No, there's three of us.
I got mine going too, so you can talk to us through either
Take
device.
hit the strobe off.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah.
Wait a second. You know you can talk to us, right?
You can talk.
Are you British? You sound British. Who's the suspect? Is it okay that we're here speaking with you? We'd sure like you to make your presence known. Can you knock on the wall or knock on something? Move something for us? Say what? Judy, are all their cameras on right now?
Yeah.
Thank you. Maybe she didn't want me sitting on the bed.
That was probably why they don't want you sitting on the bed.
She, because all the cameras are working now, there's nothing going on. So if I was sitting on the bed, she might have turned the camera off, kept turning the camera off. Was that what it is? I was sitting on your bed, so you turned off our camera? Yeah, that is pretty cool, isn't it? You're able to talk to us. You know, you guys are all welcome to come in here and talk. Would you like to come in and talk? Would you like to come in and talk to us?
That was mine.
Oh, you have this one?
Yeah, I just downloaded that.
Oh.
So you can talk to us through either device.
How many of you are in the room with us right now? Is there one? Did you serve in the Civil War? Were you a Civil War soldier?
Responding.
Did you know the Mays? Is Mrs. May here? Mrs. May, we'd like to speak to you. I believe the Stringers lived here for a while too. Did you know them? Did you know them? What was that? That sounded like multiple people. Beth?
You gotta speak a little clearer. We can't hear you.
I'm kind of hearing some names. Donna? I need you to...
Sound like a man,
I think they're having a conversation back and forth between the phones.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys want to talk to yourselves through the phones, please be our guest. You can hear each other. Mrs. May, are you still here? Sounds foreign. That was weird.
Yeah.
Can you speak English?
Can you speak English for us? Not British, English, American. How long have you been here? Are your children here with you? There's a little ball on the floor in there that'll light up if they play with it. Would you like them to play with the ball?
It's not from Georgia.
Who's from Georgia? Did you see Ralph's shirt?
Is that what you're talking about, Ralph's shirt?
He's from Georgia.
Do you guys know anybody from Georgia? Are you from Georgia?
We heard Franklin was from Georgia. Here you walked all the way here from Georgia.
How was that walk from here to Georgia? Did you do okay with the heat and doing this long walk?
The hell?
Jennifer.
You know if I'm hearing footsteps from upstairs?
Are you upstairs walking around right now?
No. You know, we're in here. You can all come in here and talk to us if you like.
If y'all want us to leave you alone, how about just come out and talk to us for at least a little while, and then we'll be on our way.
We just want to learn about you guys. That's why we're here, because we're curious. We know something happened with you guys here at the house, and we want to be able to help you and talk to you about it. Or you could come teach us. We'd love for you guys to come and teach us something new about this house, because it's very interesting here, and I know I'm a big supporter of the military, and I know like there's a lot of military presence in this house.
Green stars.
You're flashing again.
Oh.
Are you upstairs?
Right.
Do you know Gary? A little bit.
Things
Is Gary upstairs? I'd like to go up and talk to him. Is that okay? If you talk into that, I'd be able to hear you.
I can call them.
What was that? You gotta speak up when I can hear you.
Cut, friend. Explode this sister. It isn't it.
You want to speak to me? I can turn one of them off.
Turn this off.
Turn yours off for me.
Okay. You see anything on this on the cameras here at all tonight, or
I seen that man standing right there. You can pull it up.
the man standing right there when you pull it up?
Yeah, you can see his in the window.
Mm-hmm.
You see his collar.
Mm-hmm.
And then you never know, and then you see him smile, and his eyebrows go up and down because they're real thick.
Mm-hmm. How about like when the camera shut off? Did you notice anything down here at all, or?
I couldn't see anything. It just went black.
Yeah, I kind of think someone was messing with us up there by turning it off.
It was just this and this, and then
Yeah.
that one went out. I think you shined the camera in it, and I think your camera,
Yeah.
and I think it made it go off. But it come right back on.
Yep.
I asked you a question.
Alright. Is there anybody in this house? Please cross the rods. Ooh. Did you move the rod to hit me in the face? Can you point to the direction you're standing in? Are you standing behind me? Can you do something with the rods to show that you're here? Can you spin the rods? I feel the one moving. Can you move it a little bit more for me? There you go. Are you standing there by the piano? Could you move the other rod? Can you move the other dowsing rod for me now? You guys seem very quiet tonight. Is something scaring you? Can you move the dowsing rods if something's scaring you here tonight? Are you scared because of like what happened with the with the haunted house that they were doing here, bringing all kinds of people into the house? Is that why you're scared and quiet tonight? Feel the rod moving a little bit. Are you trying to move it? Are you standing behind me where the rods are pointed? Are you standing right behind, what's your name?
Judy.
Are you standing right behind Judy? Do you play piano? If you could touch one of the keys and just let me know you're here, can you do that? This way so I can hear you, so I can hear something. Do you play piano? Are you standing behind the TV screen? Are you standing behind me, or is there something behind me that you're interested in? see you're moving the rods a little bit for me. Jack, did you follow us from downstairs to upstairs? Or from upstairs to downstairs, I should say. Are any of the kids present? I know kids like to play hide and seek. Are you guys hiding somewhere in the house? Well, I just gotta chill right in my arm right here. Is someone touching my arm? Could you move the dowsing rods if you're touching me? I just felt something in my legs now too.
Stay over there.
Is one of the kids trying to climb up on my lap, or is the cat somewhere trying to climb up on my lap? You point in any direction with the dowsing rods or manipulate the dowsing rods in any way. And guys, notice my hands are completely still, so I am not manipulating the rods in any way, shape, or form. Is there any spirits here that are not from this house, that have followed me here?
Moving?
Yeah, they're moving a little. I can feel them moving on me a little bit.
How's Ralph doing up there? See him? You had it?
No, he's up there, but I don't see him. I hear him. Want the kids to come out and play.
Are you guys standing in the direction of the rods?
What was that in the...
Is this right here? Is it raised up?
It's just in there, so something... See that one? Yeah.
They all open.
Right here. What's this? What is that?
It's a face.
So that's the room I was just in, right?
Yeah.
Watch it there. Don't fall over.
What's up?
I told him to watch that bag. Don't fall over.
Yeah.
I ain't noticed this being up.
Did you notice anything up there at all, or in the attic?
No.
Didn't notice anything? What lit up that? Oh, the ball did?
Yeah.
Mark the ball in the... Oh, okay.
Okay, folks, thanks again for tuning in to this episode of Wrestling Paranormal. This is Alan Fenstermaker here, and just thank you to Mark and Valrico Paranormal Group. It was an honor and a privilege to get to investigate with you guys, and thank you for the folks at the May Stringer house, and thank you guys for allowing us to come there and to do this investigation. And I know I'm going to put the information in the description for you guys to stop by and check it out. They do offer tours and they do different things throughout the year, so definitely want to check them out and give them support because they're amazing people. And thanks for letting us do this investigation here. And thanks, Mark, for letting me join you guys. And I know it was kind of a quiet night last night, but we did find some stuff. I know up in the attic we did get an EVP of a little girl asking about stories. And then, like, when we had the Ghost Tube app running on both my phone and Mark's phone, we did get some stuff on that too. So even though we didn't get a lot of activity, but I know a lot of times you'll go in an investigation and you won't find anything. But it was a cool experience. I did feel some chills there throughout the night. And like when I was doing the dowsing rod session, I did notice some activity on the rods. And I know like dowsing rods can be easily debunked because people could be like, oh yeah, he's moving the rods. But as you could tell, like when I was doing the dowsing rod session, I had my hands completely still. So yeah, so dowsing rods can easily be debunked, or like people could be like, oh, they're manipulating them. But I know because when I was doing the dowsing rods, like I did feel a chill in my shoulder right here as I talked about. I did feel like there was something in my lap. So like when you're doing investigations, a lot of times the equipment helps, but also you got to go on what your feeling is too when you're in that environment. Just based upon what you're feeling, you got to feel upon like what you feel, like different sensations, if you get any chills. And anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I tried to include some cool shots and everything of what I got, and I didn't really get that much there, but I did feel there was something there. And like plus they give a little tour of the house as well, the people that work at the May Stringer house. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this and keep tuning in for more episodes of Wrestling Paranormal. Peace out.